Got God on my side and my ancestors did the impossible.
Amen.
So why not? I belong in this room. I walk into every room as if God calls me into it.
Amen.
I walk into every room as if I belong because I said, you know what? You have Haiti. We are literally one of the world leaders for freedom. We changed the narrative of what it meant to be a black republic. My ancestors did that.
I can do anything.
I ain't gonna show up in this room looking like, kiss up.
Welcome to the Evolution of a Rose podcast, where we are obsessing over being and becoming our best and higher selves. I'm your host, Meline Rose, and if you're new here, welcome to the Evolution. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, especially if you enjoy growth-minded and intentional conversations. And of course, if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Today, we are joined by an extremely special guest, our Haitian beauty queen, Miss Pascale Belony. From childhood dreams of becoming a pageant queen to realizing those dreams when she became Miss Universe Haiti and Miss Supranational Haiti in 2021. Pascale Belony is the epitome of a woman who is not only becoming, but being, living, and continuously evolving. A nurse by profession, she also serves on the board of P4H Global, a nonprofit committed to eradicating poverty in Haiti through education, while also gracefully illuminating stages as a host. Pascale Belony is in every sense a woman being her. Yay! Welcome to the Evolution, Pascale.
Thank you, Meline. I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited to talk with you and just to share this space.
I'm so happy that you're here as well. I can't wait to get into all the details. I want to start off this way because I saw a post of yours where you were talking about the difference between thriving and actually surviving. And I want to know, because we are talking about evolving in seasons, I want to know, what season are you in? Are you in a season of surviving or are you in a season of thriving?
Oh, wow. Honestly, I'm grateful to be able to say that I am thriving, which is really interesting because 2025 was probably the hardest year of my life. I mean, my whole world changed. I suffered so many losses, from family members dying to losing childhood friends, ending friendships, and to transitioning to being a wife. There was just so much that I literally asked God, will I make it through? Because sometimes you give so much of your heart away in relationships and friendships and jobs, and you're always wondering, am I going to get that return of love back? And that was 2025 for me. I can honestly say I'm thriving. It feels like the storm has cleared, and I feel at peace with myself. I feel content. I feel comfortable where I'm headed, and I'm just happy. I'm happy. And I couldn't say that last year. I was very depressed.
Yeah, I think 2025 was an extremely hard year for a lot of people, myself included.
Yeah.
With you in a season of thriving, I feel as though oftentimes in order to get to the point of thriving, there has to be like a shift happening where the people who were in your life that weren't necessarily contributing to your growth, contributing to your evolution, they had to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just certain things. And not to say that everything happens for a reason. I'm more so saying that certain seasons prepare us for our thriving season.
For sure. I think even the process of making wine, you have to crush the grapes. You know, you have to be refined by fire. And I think that's what God is really reminding me of. Nothing great comes without crushing.
Yes.
And last year I was crushed. And I think it's interesting, Meline, because it's not even that these relationships or these people weren't contributing. They were. And that's what hurts the most. But there comes a season where it's like it's time to transition out. And I'm the type of person that doesn't like to let go even when it's not good for me. But I had to. And I'm still learning. I'm still navigating what that grief feels like.
Yeah. I want to get into pageantry because honestly, that's where I learned who Pascale Belony was. I feel as though in 2021, in that season, the Haitian community, we were sticking beside you. Like, we were so proud that you were the one representing us. So I want to know, again, talking about evolving, I feel as though pageantry, and you can tell me, I feel as though going through the process, there's a lot that goes into it. But I wonder, how'd you navigate your process of self-discovery while also going through a process where you had to represent us in a way?
Yes. It was a heavy responsibility. So I'll take you from the beginning. It started as a dream when I was 8 years old. I was in my living room in Haiti. I'm from Okap, and everyone knows I'm like, right, hard Okap, the best part of Haiti. Haters gonna hate. It's okay. I had a dream as an 8-year-old because I saw these beautiful, elegant women on the stage representing their nations, and I did not see us reflected. I did not see Haiti. And I said, one day, I would love to be the person that brings the embodiment of our cultures, our stories, our food to the stage.
Yeah.
Haiti belongs on every single stage, right? So started as a dream as an 8-year-old, could not fulfill it because we didn't have opportunities like that growing up. I didn't have any pageants. And plus, Haitian parents, they focus on l'école, l'église, la caille. So the arts was literally an afterthought. So at 26 years old, while I was in nursing school, I watched the Miss Haiti pageant on television. And I said, you know what? If not now, then when? When should I go for my dreams? So I graduated from nursing school, gave my parents their diploma, and I moved to Port-au-Prince for 4 months.
Wow.
Yes, my dad was not happy because, my dad said, to do stuff like this in Haiti, you need like a sponsor, like a godfather. You need to know people. You need to play the politics. But I believed that pageantry was not just about the sashes and the crown of beauty, but it was about being an ambassador and a voice for a country that's still fighting such a poor narrative.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a difference. So I moved to Haiti for 4 months. I competed for Miss Haiti, and I did not win the first time. And I was crushed. I spent a year and a half training, waking up at 5 a.m. to prep. Body, mind, spirit, interview, public speaking. People think pageants is just standing on a stage, but it's actually a lot of rigorous training and transferable skills. So I didn't win the first time, but you know what's interesting? Which is why it's really important to go after the dreams that are in your heart, because I believe that God places them there. I saw a vision of myself at Miss Universe. I was like, bruh, I already lost the crown, and you showing me a vision of myself. I was just like, okay, whatever. I just tucked it in the back of my mind. And sure enough, 2 years later, I got the opportunity to represent Haiti at Miss Supranational in Poland, where I was able to make history for us. We were 14 out of 80 countries, first placement for Haiti. We made history by winning the crown for the Caribbean. And what that meant, it meant that I was the highest scoring candidate from the Caribbean that was not in the top 5. And that was important because people look at Haiti and they see tragedy and struggle and poverty. But I really wanted to represent the strength of the Haitian people, the resilience, the power, the intelligence, the will that we have to really thrive and make something out of nothing. God allowed me to make history on that stage. And that changed my life. Like you said, the internet supported us so beautifully.
And I think you said something extremely interesting. You said that you gave your parents your degree. And you chose yourself by going to Haiti to, in essence, pursue your dream.
Right.
And then, although you didn't win that first crown, you came back and won another crown at Supranational pageant. I want to know, what did that moment teach you about choosing yourself and trusting your vision?
Wow. To think that my team even made it that far, we were not surprised. But we were surprised, but we were not, because I literally went over there with very little resources. It was self-funded. The community did not know about me yet. I didn't have as much support and sponsors, and we made something out of nothing. So it taught me that, Pascale, like, when you take one step, the other 1,000 steps will follow.
Amen.
You just have to take a leap of faith. You have to bet on yourself. I betted on myself. And when I got to that pageant, girl, all these countries like Venezuela, all the powerhouses, they're rolling in Louis Vuitton. I'm rolling in Fashion Nova. But I said, I got God on my side, and my ancestors did the impossible.
Amen.
So why not? I belong in this room. I walk into every room as if God calls me into it.
Amen.
I walk into every room as if I belong. Because I said, you know what? You have Haiti. We are literally one of the world leaders for freedom. We changed the narrative of what it meant to be a Black republic. My ancestors did that. I ain't gonna show
do
up.
anything.
I ain't gonna show up in this room looking like, yes, sir.
Listen.
Yeah, so.
Listen. And that's why it's so important to know where we come from.
Oh, yeah.
Who we are. Like for me personally, that moment of understanding my power was when my grandmother died.
I'm sorry.
Because in that moment, thank you. In that moment, I was forced to, reflect on her journey and who she was and where she came from to allow me to be who I am.
Right.
And I'm like, man, if she can survive everything that she survived in Haiti and come here, and there's nothing that I cannot do to continue her legacy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that has fueled my identity, just understanding where I come from. So I love the fact that you mentioned that. And now when you walk into rooms, you know exactly who Pascale is. You walk with that sense of resilience and confidence. I absolutely love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of pageantry, we talked about how rigorous the training is, and it's all about beauty, right? It's all about the external for the most part, for the most part. I know there is some training when it comes to your intellect.
Yes.
But it is initially, I'd like to say, a beauty thing, like
it's a beauty pageant.
It's a physical thing.
Right.
But I want to know for you, how do you define beauty for yourself outside of the external?
Right. So I will say that even though pageants, it is a beauty competition, you can't remove that aspect of because people are drawn by what they see. But the mental preparation that I had to go through, and I thank my coach Gusto for that, it was so deep and so intense. We went through evaluating childhood trauma, evaluating these negative thoughts patterns that lead me to think the way that I think. We go deep. It's not just about the external, but it literally digs out who is in here and how will she show up on this stage. So as much as it is as the physique, the hair, the makeup, the glam, but this here is what's going to shine the brightest. Because if you don't got it here, whatever is in here, that's what's going to be reflected on that
that's
stage.
The beauty.
Right. That's what's going to shine. And you can't fake authenticity. So that's one. And beauty for me it's so many things. First of all, I had a very hard time when I was competing because I didn't necessarily match the standard of beauty that this industry was looking for. I'm not the tallest.
That was interesting when I read that. I'm like, what do you mean you don't match the standard?
Well, the standard is these women that are like 5'9", 5'8", that are really slim. I'm curvy. I'm hippie. I'm a Creole, Marabout Creole woman, I wasn't the tallest and the skinniest. My curves don't go, whether I lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds, girl, my curves stay. And that's a part of my heritage that I want to honor. Because when we think of African women, so for me, I struggled a lot at first with cyberbullying. People body shamed me a lot. And also,
really?
What?
That's
they
so
were saying,
interesting
girl,
to me. Like, what is there to shame? No, but seriously, that is crazy.
I was 120 pounds and people were still calling me fat. Could you imagine? So that really was tough for me. But it got to a point where I said, beauty for me is so much more than what you see.
Yeah.
Because one day, God forbid, I may get into a tragic, life-changing accident and you can't see any of this anymore. You can't. So beauty for me is, what is it on the inside? What is that radiates? What is that speaks to other women? What is that speaks to other people? When I have children, if I have children, I want my daughter to know that this here is fading, fleeting. But who you are on the inside, your character, your integrity, your values, the way you treat people, that's what true beauty is.
What are you learning about yourself?
I think for me, I had to learn that take this here as face value. Obviously, like I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm fine. Don't get me wrong. I don't downplay my confidence and the way that I feel about myself. But I also know for me, it's about creating a lasting impact.
Yeah.
I always think about what impact will you leave for the next 50 generations? What's your lasting legacy? What truly matters when you leave this world, Pascale?
Yeah.
It's not going to be how great your hair look or how you look, but it's going to be the young girls that you've inspired to be brave, to be courageous, to be fearless, and to believe that no matter where you come from, your circumstances will never determine your potential or how far you go.
Amen.
That's what true beauty for me is.
Yeah.
It's strength.
And I feel as though you walk in that daily. Like you truly do. You do. And especially our most recent event together.
Yes.
Like you are intentional with showing up in full confidence, but also wanting to make a difference and be impactful, you know? So
Yeah.
you're intentional, I've noticed, with how you show up in that regard. Yeah.
I'm
so
trying
you
my
walk
best.
it. You walk. You don't just talk it. You walk the walk.
Absolutely. You have to. Thank you.
There's a Haitian proverb that goes, femme c'est poto mitan.
Oui.
Yes, which translates to women are the pillars of society.
Right.
What does that mean to you in how you live your life today?
That's actually one of my personal models. And I've had to reframe that proverb recently. And I went to a women's conference called Femme Futures in Miami that was led by a 25-year-old change maker. It was so inspiring.
25.
And in that room, we talked about how as women, especially as women, Haitian women, we carry so much. We're the glue, we're the pillar. But we switched the conversation to, you don't have to carry it all by yourself. A lot about being a strong woman is about delegating. It's about filling your cup. It's about recharging when you need to. So for me, I love this quote because it reminds me of my strength. But now the added layer is it's reminding me of my softness and my limits.
Yes.
You need boundaries.
Yes.
We need boundaries. We can't do everything. I don't want to be superwoman anymore.
Yeah. That's good. So I want to go back to what we were talking about earlier about, you know, friendship breakups or outgrowing friends. And I wonder, when do you realize that you are no longer aligned with someone?
That's a great question. I think it takes an honest evaluation of self. And sometimes, Meline, it's not that you've outgrown the friend. They have outgrown you. We are heading in different directions. So for me, I had to really sit down and evaluate my life and the transitions and the places where I wanted to see myself. I had to ask myself this question: is this friend helping you get closer to that, or are they planting unknowingly more doubts?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard because I was reading this book and it talks about how female friendships, we get so deep into emotional that your brain interprets a close female friend as an actual family member, as a sister or a cousin.
As a sister, yes. It feels that way.
So then that's why the friendship breakups are even more difficult, because your brain relationally, it feels like you're losing a family member.
Yes.
So to be honest, I'm not sure I navigated it very well because I have a very avoidant conflict personality style, which I'm working out in therapy. But if you create a safe space for me, then I will speak. But if I feel unsafe, you're going to be defensive and abrasive, I retreat into myself. So I did not really handle those transitions well, per se. But I'm learning. I'm learning. So to go back to your question, how do you know you're no longer aligned? You just have to do a self-evaluation of, what are my values? Where do I want to go? And will this friend take me further into that purpose, further into that season? Or can I honestly say, no, it's just the history keeping us together? Because, you know, we like to stay for history. Whether it's men or women, we like to stay for history.
Yeah. Yeah, we like to say that we've known this person for X amount of years, you know, even if the relationship hasn't been the best. So that brings me to my next question for you. There's a popular term coined girl's girl. What does it mean to you to be a girl's girl?
A girl's girl. To be a true girl's girl, you have to do the work first. Because if you're insecure, if you're envious, if you're jealous, if you're not doing the work that is needed to build yourself up, you're going to be uncomfortable around other women who are thriving.
Yes.
You're going to be uncomfortable around other women whose line shines so brightly. You're going to feel like they're stifling your light. So I believe to be a true girl's girl, do the work first. Not being afraid of you shining your full glory, because I know that we both can shine at the same time.
Yes.
Honestly, it's just being a kind human being too, you know. But I realize a lot of people that say they're girls, they're actually mean girls. I hate mean girls, bro. Like, I really don't like it.
I feel as though people, to your point, I feel as though like it's more of an aesthetic than it is an actual character within them. You know, like it's cool to, when I hear people talking about girls, it's like, oh, because I gave her a compliment, I'm a girl's girl.
No,
like,
you're
no,
not.
that
No,
does
you're
not
not,
mean you're a
girl.
girl's girl. You just gave me a great compliment. Thank you. But that doesn't mean that you want to see me shine. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that you've done the internal work to love yourself enough to love me as well in that way. You know?
Absolutely. No, you bring up a great point, like the aesthetics of it, like, you know, social media trends and stuff. It's not a trend. It's a lived out value.
Yes. It's not a trend. It's a lived out value.
I think womanhood is fun. It's sacred.
It is.
And we have to do the work to keep it that way.
You spoke about boundaries, and I want to touch on that because I feel as though, especially growing up in the Haitian community, we are naturally taught to be people pleasers. We are taught to serve others before we serve ourselves.
Right.
So I wonder for you, what does boundary setting look like these days?
It's tough. I am in therapy. Setting boundaries actually make me feel very uncomfortable because it makes me feel like I'm being mean.
Yeah.
But for me, setting boundaries lately has looked at, I'd rather break your heart first than mine. And that sounds like a selfish statement.
Even if it is, though.
That's okay, because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
No.
I cannot fill your cup first. I need to fill mine first so that I can be able to take care of you. And it also looks like if I can no longer do something, I'm going to retract. And I know it's a very sensitive topic where people are like, oh, yes, be a woman and a man of your words. But sometimes I overestimate my capacity and I need to be able to come to you and say, Meline, I'm so sorry. Today, I'm having a really bad period. I deal with chronic pain. I suffer with endometriosis. I can no longer show up to your birthday dinner. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
And I expect the response from you as my friend is grace.
Yeah.
We penalize, as women, we penalize one another so much. It's hard work, but I'm really learning, and it just feels good. It feels good to be the villain. That's how I feel when I set boundaries. I feel bad. But sometimes, baby girl, you're going to have to be the problem. You're going to have to be the villain if it means that taking care of yourself and not overextending and not people pleasing. So that's where I'm at.
And honestly, to your point, I would rather feel bad in the moment that I have to say no or retract versus showing up and not performing my best, or showing up and feeling as though I betrayed myself in some way. You know what I mean?
Good. That's self-betrayal, especially as young Haitian girls.
Yeah.
We are taught to self-abandon. We are taught to don't do that.
Yeah, that's
because
the
your
worst
body
feeling.
keeps score. Your body is going to remember that trauma. Your brain doesn't know right and wrong. It knows what you give it. So you keep betraying yourself. You keep abandoning yourself. You keep doing all these things that don't serve you. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be sick.
You're going to be sick. You're going to be sick. It's going to be stored in your body. You're going to be like, it's going to be an actual physical reaction.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I want to transition into your wife era, which I think looks so beautiful on you.
Thank you.
It looks extremely beautiful on you. I want to know, because they say that relationships is one thing. I know you've been with your now husband for some years now.
Yeah.
But they say marriage in itself, it reveals you to yourself, because it's like a mirror.
Right.
In the beautiful sense of it, what has marriage revealed to you about you?
Oh, okay. So much. I'm so blessed to have a partner who is literally the kindest, most gentle, protective, and literally my biggest fan. That doesn't come easy. And
especially as a woman in the limelight, or with visibility.
Right. My husband never feels like he has to compete for my attention.
Exactly.
And I never feel like he's competing with me. Marriage has taught me so much, but the first thing it has taught me is the power of community. They said when you get engaged and you get married, you're really going to see who stands with you. And I was like, whatever, I'm straight.
That was your story.
Baby girl, I lost the most friends when I got engaged. And some relationships were phasing out.
Anyway.
But I think major life events and transitions, they really reveal a lot, not just about you, but about your community and about people who just can no longer walk that journey with you. So that's one part. And it also reveals to me that personally, who you choose to align yourself with in covenant, who you choose to marry, will either make or break your life. I think of my husband as, man, this man finds every way to make my life easy without even me asking. I've mentioned that I deal with endometriosis, and that's something I will expand more later. And I deal with chronic pains. Oftentimes in the middle of the night, I'm waking up in excruciating pain. This man is the first person to get up, to make me tea, to get me medicine, to be there, to pray over me. And I've had partners where I was still dealing with this pain that was just like, oh, well, I don't know what to do. I'm going back to sleep. So it's revealed to me that I made a really good choice because this person is going to be the only family member that he's the only family member that I get to choose. So ladies, choose well, choose wisely. Don't be watching this clock.
Yeah, especially that clock that we're talking about in the 30s. Like, for some reason, once we hit the 30s, the pressure gets worse, And some people start to feel as though they have to rush. They have to beat the clock, whether it's the birth clock, where it's the career clock, the relationship, marriage clock.
Right.
Yeah.
But Meline, you have the rest of your life to be with this person, God willing. So why rush? Why rush when this person will make or break your future? And if you want children, this person will be the father of your kids, in charge of raising up the next generation.
In charge of leading you.
This person will be in charge of helping you make your dreams come true,
Yeah. That's not something that you take lightly.
Not at all.
That's not something you just choose because of the timing of what society says that your 30s should be like.
I think our 30s are extremely defining. So many things shift from friendships and relationships. They're incredibly important. It's like the middle of your life, really. Yeah, I love being married, and I'm just so grateful that I have a partner that feels like a real partner. He has my back, I have his back, and we just have so much fun. People said, "Oh, first year of marriage, that's where you get the most arguments, this and that." And to be quite frank, I haven't experienced that because we know each other well, and we love and respect each other so deeply that even in moments where we have disagreements, I honor him first and he honors me first. You're angry at the problem, not the person.
Yeah, I love that. You guys have a solid foundation of true friendship and partnership. And it's not that you guys just love each other. You actually like each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Love is not enough. I'll tell you that right now.
It's not enough.
Proverbs,
you need to like the person.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's this quote that I always go by. It's Proverbs 24:23. It says, a house is built upon wisdom.
Amen.
So I always think of a marriage as a house that's built upon wisdom. Love is not just enough. Love is an emotion. It's an action, but it's when you're in love, it's fleeting. So use wisdom.
Yeah.
In everything.
With that said, do you think that love is conditional?
Yes, as human beings, love is conditional. You don't have the capacity. The only person who has the capacity to love unconditionally, honestly, is God. But love is compromise. Love is understanding. It's kindness. It's patience. It's gentleness. So as a human being, it's conditional. There are days he loves me best, and there are days I love him best. But it's learning to put the other person first. It's learning to compromise. It's learning to sacrifice for them.
How do you speaking of God, how do you stay connected to God in seasons of, I guess, uncertainty?
Yeah.
How do you stay connected to yourself and God in those seasons?
I journal a lot, honestly. I journal a lot. I do lots of walks on the beach. I pause a lot. I work hard, but I play hard. I pause. And I've learned to, as I get older, to take God along the journey. If I'm going to the grocery store, I'm having a conversation in my head. God, who is it that I need to like give a hug to today? Take God along the little moments. That's how you stay connected.
Amen.
And a lot of times, you know, with the seasons of uncertainty, like last year, I felt like, girl, I had nothing to offer because I was just grieving and crying because I lost really, really, really close friends. I felt like I had nothing to give, and that's okay.
That's okay.
God said that's okay.
Yeah.
You can just be.
Amen. In me.
The art of being in him and reminding in him. So
yes, I love the fact that you said the art of being, because we are in our season of, or series of, being her.
Right.
And now that you're in a season of thriving, I want to know, what would you have told your younger self, who was the people pleaser, who was in survival mode? What would you have told her about being her?
I would tell her it gets better.
Yeah. Ooh.
It gets better, and you're not a problem to be fixed. You know, even as I am navigating therapy, sometimes I just think to myself, like, damn, my childhood was really messed up. I've endured a lot in my life. I've been a victim of sexual abuse. I've been a victim of verbal, psychological, spiritual abuse. People see all this beauty and they see the queen, but they don't see the trials that makes me who I am today. So I would tell my younger self, one, it gets better, and two, you're not a problem that constantly needs to be fixed. You are a human being. You are a created, divinely, marvelously,
Amen.
wonderfully made creation.
Amen.
With a purpose. And yeah.
Well, girl, I actually love that for you, because you're not just a pageant queen on the stage. You are the woman off the stage as well. You are a queen off the stage as well. And I just love seeing you walk in your thriving era and embracing that, you know, like you are literally a queen personified. So
thank you.
Thank you so much for joining the Evolution of a Rose, Pascale. This was so good. This was so good. Thank you so much for coming. Where can the people follow you?
You can find me on all social media at Pascale Belony, PascaleBelony. And also my website is pascalebelony.com. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so incredibly proud of you. I really think you have such a great message to share with the world, and I hope that it takes off beyond your wildest imaginations.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. If you guys enjoyed this conversation, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And click on that notification bell so that when our episodes are live, you are the first one to be notified. And as always, thank you so much for being here. And until next time.